Hey there and welcome. This is my transformation video for Ocular Max PS-16E Astrolift. Their take on the Ruination, Shuttler, or Movor. Real quick, he is the same transformation as G1, G2 Blastoff from MMC, so if you already have that bot, you don't need this, you already know what you're doing. But anyway, if this is your first time, let's move on. So starting out of the box, bring a shoulder up, I'll rotate it. We're going to go ahead and flip this panel down, rotate the nose cone piece in, rotate the whole fist around, rotate the nose again, flip it up, so we're looking like that, rotate at the forearm, and then compress the bicep, rotate the bicep. So there we go. Do the same up here. Rotate the shoulder, you can compress the bicep and rotate the forearm, flip down the hand, rotate the piece of the nose, rotate the whole thing. Whoops, the hand got caught. There we go. Rotate the nose again, and flip it up. Good. Now we're going to come back here, open up these two pieces, flip this panel down, open up these two white pieces, and then you'll just lift up on the chest, open up this, rotate it. Now for this next part, it's a little odd, and it's the same for the G1 version. You lift it up, you'll close it, but you're not going to be able to close it all the way, so bring the cockpit forward, then you can finish closing it. You see that little cornered area? Now you can bring the head all the way back. Now you can also bring these together. Get it all tabbed in. And then you can lift up. Get that all tabbed in. Then you'll split this fake tail fin. And it's going to fold up there. And then you just close up this little panel. This little panel is the only difference between him and the G1, G2 version, because that little panel was on the cockpit side of things. So the chest would have a rounded dip where the neck would be. Alright, so open up front hip skirts. So all we're going to do here, we'll open up this panel, untab the tail fin, open this, and you want to slide out the thruster. There we go. First time it may be easier said than done. There doesn't seem to be a right way to have this, but it does have a bit of an angle. So there we go. We'll close that. Then you want this tab going into this slot. So just rotate things around, clip that in, bring the tail fin up, and clip that in because it's got the double joints and then it's got the tab and slot going in there. And there we go. That is one mostly done. We're going to open this. We're going to crack this in the middle. Your first time, that may be rough. It may feel like it's going to break. We'll open this and we'll fold down the landing gear. And you'll close that back up, close this back up, and this little cover panel, go ahead and bring it out. And we'll leave it there for right now. Do the same over here. Get this up, untab and rotate this up. Open this. Bring the thruster out all the way. Close up. Bring the foot around and tab it in. Bring the wing down. Crack it in the middle. Swing this panel out. Bring the landing gear down. Close it back up. And now you can close up the two halves together. Make sure the legs come together up here. That's why you have these two hinges that will squeeze together. And then other than that, you just give everything a good squeeze and it should all line up. Okay, and this is what we're left with at the moment. For these hip skirts, I want to make sure these small panels are flipped up. And then I can close them. I'll tab these in. I'll tab these side pieces in, which they should be pretty close. You know, maybe a little bit of a twisting with the legs to get them fully lined up. Bring out this closeout panel. And then the blaster, if you want to store it, it will go in here. So it'll be sitting just like that. Then you'll rotate these around and get them tabbed in. They just have the single hook at the front. And then finally we have these side pieces. Bring them around the front, bring them from the top. And they just tab in to these two hooks. And then you have a single tab here that goes right into the front orange hip skirt. And there we go. You can bring out the landing gear. And there we go. For some reason this won't sit fully flush on my copy. It sits raised up, but that is it. That is Astrolift or Shuttler or Movor, whatever name you want to call him, in his alt mode. Simple enough, right? Okay, now let's move on. Get him into combined mode. So I'll flip up this front landing gear. I'm going to untab these front wing pieces. I'm going to rotate them around. And they each, I'm going to tab them into the front of the shuttle. Let me get this out. So they have a square port here for a square peg right here. Yeah, there it is. You just plug those in. Then I'm going to come back here. I want to open up everything up here. Might need a spudger or something. There we go. Don't know how much I would recommend doing it that way, but you know, hey, you just got to get these two panels open. So, they're open. I'm going to get these side pieces open. And split the legs. Bring up these front hip skirts so you have room to bring the legs out, just so you have room to operate. So, at this point, let me fold up the wings. I'm going to close these closeouts, right? I'm going to split the leg, I'm going to open this panel, and I'm going to close this panel. Put the landing gear back in, and close it up. Ooh, rough. And then you can close this, and there we go. Go ahead and rotate this right now. I'm going to open this and push the thruster in. Need to push it in all the way. Okay. Now I'm going to bring this down, bring the thruster down, open this panel up, open the toe up, and I'm going to rotate the hand and then bring it out. I'm going to bring the thruster up. Come on. There we go. I'm going to rotate this panel all the way around. Now I'm going to bring this panel down. Make sure that the thruster is out of the way. Oh, and make sure the tail fin is out of the way. Disconnect that. Here we go. That's how that should be looking. And then for the tail fin, you just rotate it around. Push in on it so it's the double hinges like that. It's folded up and it's nice and flush. And then this, we'll tab it in. Just like we would for robot mode. And there we go, that's one side of the hand done. Now we're going to do the same thing over here. So, fin, closeout panel, crack in half, open up the fake landing gear to close up the real landing gear, close that, close that, close that. Come down here, bring the toe out, open the toe, open this panel, rotate the hand, and then rotate it all the way out. Bring the main booster in, close up this panel, push this thruster in, and get the tail fin untabbed. Close this panel, rotate the tail fin, and close it back up. So it's sitting nice and flush. Rotate this and tab it in. And now before we close up the hand, get the thumb out. It'll be a lot easier if you do it now. Alright, and now you can just combine the two legs together. Everything should line up pretty well. Everything has a tab and a slot, so there shouldn't really be much confusion. And then at this point, we'll bring these little panels back out. We'll close up these hip skirts as if we were going into shuttle mode, and then close up those hip skirts. Rotate. Go ahead and rotate all of this as well. And then you got to get the combiner port out. So you may need a spudger or something to help. It is stiff. On my copy, on my G1 copy as well, it's always stiff, but get it out until it clicks. You can put the weapon right back in place for storage. And there we go. There he is in his arm mode. Okay, and finally we'll go back to bot mode. So, go ahead and rotate the hand back. I'll rotate this back. I'm going to close up the combiner port. There we go. Good secure lock. Let me open up the hip skirts. Give myself some room. Close up those panels as well. And split the legs. There we go. Yeah, I'll get the gun out of the way too. Why not? Probably should. Okay. So, flip them over. I'm going to open up this panel. I'm going to bring the tail fin out from its cavity. Bring the tail fin out from the cavity. There we go. These double joints are still a little stiff for me. Just open this up. Open up this little half circle fake landing gear. Swing this out and close this panel. I'm going to fold up the thumb back into the hand and then fold the hand back up. Alright. Bring the thruster out, fold the hand back down. There we go. Bring this panel up and then bring this up, close the thruster and tab it in. Or nope, sorry. Wrong mode. Bring it up this way for robot mode for the toe. Yeah, there we go. Bring so this little thruster, you bring it out just a little bit so it's not hitting the hand. Tab that in. And then this will just tab right into the hand. You've got a tab there for this slot right here on the tail fin. You just get that tabbed in. Close this panel up. Close up that fake landing gear piece. And there we go. That's one leg done. We'll do the same thing over here. Lift up. Bring the tail fin out. There we go. Bring this panel down. Fold this in. Fold the fingers up. Thruster out. That piece up. And we'll bring this little thruster out just a bit. And then we'll fold the hand in. Fold this up. Rotate the hand, the toe up that way. Fake landing gear. Close this. Again, you have a tab here for a slot on the tail fin. So get that lined up. Tab and slot here. Come on, come on. There it is. And that's both legs done. Now up here, make sure this joint is out. So he has the leg space to stand, and you can close these. The side skirts do not tab in, they'll sit on the side. And there you go, that's both his legs done. Never mind that the toes are a little floppy. They are thankfully just screws. I'll try tightening them up after the video. But there we go, that's his legs. Let me raise this up a bit. So for up here, first thing, we're going to untab these. And I'm going to split the cockpit in half. So you split it like that, bring the arms down, and then split them in the middle and bring them out. Now when you bring them out, watch these pieces. They may hit the body. And if they are going to fight, then you may need to move them around a bit. Oh, you also need to open up this, because these will hit. There we go. So the chest is open. These pieces need to be up and down like this, and then you'll have this open. Go ahead and unfold the fake tail fin and just let it sit back there for now. We're going to bring the cockpit down. When it's about like this, you need to get in there, fingernail, spudger, something. You need to separate the chest panel. There we go. You had to do the same thing for the G1, G2 blast off as well. Then you rotate it, close this back up, and then you've got a slot there for a tab here, so go ahead and bring it down, clip it in. Back here, you'll fold in these two little white pieces. Then you'll fold this up, and then you'll just fold these, they just rest in place. Rotate at the shoulders, extend the bicep, and rotate at the bicep. Then you'll open this up, you just bring it down, rotate this, rotate the whole hand, rotate that back flat and close up, and then rotate at the forearm. A lot of rotating. So flip down, rotate, 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 close up, and rotate. And that's it, we're done. He's in robot mode. I do need to tighten up that toe a little bit. But there we go. There he is from the back. Side. And the front. So there we go. Thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you next time. Until then.